Hey guys, apologies if you can't see very well. It's very nice and sunny out there, but I didn't really want to close the curtains. So anyway, I forgot to say my usual intro. So it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video, and hopefully everyone's well wherever you are, as I always hope for. And hopefully you'll enjoy some of my ideas. Again, apologies if you can't see me because of the blinding sun, but it's good to have some sun, so I'm not going to complain about that. But anyway, hopefully you can hear me clearly, because I want to talk about some ideas for how to empower Asia. And for me, one of the best ways to empower Asia, or anywhere else, I suppose, really, but as I'm focusing on Asia, is to talk about unifying or uniting together Asians around the world. So I'd love to see Asians around the world somehow being as united as possible. And I'd love to spread my I know my voice isn't always the most dramatic, but I hope to spread that passion I have for uniting Asia as a continent, or uniting Asians, or even part Asians or half Asians like myself, around the world together. And I'd love to encourage, on that note, people from Eurasian backgrounds, both the Eurasian nations themselves and Eurasians like me who are part Asians, or even Malaysians or other groups, to support Asia as much as possible, and encourage Asians to support each other and other people around the world to take an interest in Asia, perhaps, and look at ways to encourage investment and encourage people to mentor and motivate people across Asia, especially say young girls, to learn about things like politics or business or science or different areas like that, maths or things like that. So to encourage women's rights or feminism or female rights and rights of girls, and also of human rights and generally, and freedoms, and giving people a voice, especially from poorer backgrounds and disabled people and that sort of thing. So as I say, I'd love to unite Asia together and encourage those rights, and look at what Asians can learn from each other. And I'd love to encourage people to support Asian businesses. Obviously, not everyone's going to do so, but people of Asian backgrounds, or even other people of colour, and look at how to improve the relation between Black, Asian, mixed race, and Native American people, perhaps, so where they can network together, support each other's businesses or projects, YouTube channels, and other such projects like social media. And I'd love to celebrate things like Asian mathematicians and entrepreneurs and that sort of thing, the successes that such groups or such people have had. And really, for people across Asia as well, to talk about what makes them proud to be Asian as well. Hopefully, obviously not in an arrogant way, or boastful way, but a way in which they can be proud to talk about what makes them proud to be Asian or of Asian backgrounds, and how we can build a group perhaps that can talk about encouraging Pan-Asianism. Maybe if people of Asian backgrounds, like of Indian or Chinese or other such heritage across Asia, Asian heritage generally, talking about how they would love to see Pan-Asianism. And as I often talk about, I love to see Asians learning about different disabilities, including neurodiversity, that sort of thing. So like dyslexia or ADHD, where people with dyslexia might not be the best academically. They might not be the best academically, or at reading, writing, arithmetic, and things like that, but they can be good in other areas, like even, believe it or not, like entrepreneurship or things like that. So I'd love for people across Asia to learn about that sort of thing. And yeah, I hope that God himself will bless Asia with less problems, or less natural disasters, or things like every possible blessing or miracle, and that sort of thing. So another thing is, I'd love to see Central Asia symbolically being a unifying force for all of Asia. So in the future, maybe in May, I hope to talk more about my ideas for empowering Asia, and also in May and June talking more about how I'd love Central Asia to be a hub for uniting Asia together, as I say, symbolically, because it's central. So maybe they could be in the future people traveling to Central Asia from across Asia to talk about how to unite the continent together and have conflict resolution, how Asian nations can work together and support each other to solve problems and also avoid conflict, or vice versa. Yeah, so if there are disputes about certain things like land issues or water issues, or things like resources, that could be, each country could be coming together in Central Asia to talk about who has the right to which land, or how it can be peacefully resolved, or how that land could perhaps even be used, like the land between China and India could be used as an area where both Chinese and Indian entrepreneurs share ideas about how to grow their economies, how to grow their countries' economies, and help both China and India, as well as the rest of Asia, to achieve their goals as nations and as individuals, like lifting people out of poverty and helping their economies and things like that. So also about rights for the poor and what China and India can learn from each other. Like, for instance, India could perhaps learn from China about how they tackle poverty, uplift some of the poorest people, and how they give poor people rights and things like that. And China could learn from India about about animal rights, democracy, giving more people a voice, disability rights perhaps, and things like that. So they could perhaps learn from each other, and where China does well economically as well, maybe India could learn some of those things, and again vice versa. So the disputed territories, instead of fighting over them, maybe they could discuss how to use those areas, as I say, to bring Chinese and Indian entrepreneurs together for a greater Chindian network, i.e. between China and India. So I'd love to see stuff like that as well. And also, a bit of a biased one, as I often say, I'd love to see Chinese and Indians and people across Asia supporting Italian football and Celtic as well. But yeah, that could also hopefully strengthen their unity between each other. And yeah, no, I often do things in list form because that helps me to organize my thoughts, and certain times certain numbers remind me of certain things. But yeah, I'd love to celebrate, as I say, Asian mathematicians, Asian businesses raising their profile, Asian success stories, and how they can again learn from each other and build momentum and inspire and motivate more people from Asia to do well and be proud to be Asian, and also encourage mentors teach, especially girls. So as ever, I'd love to hear what you think about this video, and I am out. Peace and love.